Bliss mean say
Yes.
personal, right? Yes. Of course.
I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and if that is bliss, then that is bliss.
At those sessions, I realized I was connecting with so many people because they would come up to me and tell me that, your story, I see myself.
Habib Tanveez, Jinne Lahore Nahi Dekhya, BV Karan's Babuji and Ranjit Kapoor's Janpat Kiss were the three plays which made me realize at that time there's no other place on earth I want to be except on stage.
In April 2014, Vaani and I were left with just 80 rupees, and we spent it on an auto ride to go to a friend's place for dinner. You see, we've been going through a very prolonged phase of a bankruptcy for over 11 years now. And in this phase, that time in 2014 was a very dark, numbing time for us.
It was a struggle because every day we were trying to be successful and success was eluding us.
We were literally penniless for many months. Several friends came forward and offered advice, perspective. Somebody said, why don't you start an Amway business? Someone else said, get into real estate, there's a lot of money there. And some other people said, you have so many contacts in the corporate sector, why don't you start a placement service? But Vaani and I, we love Joseph Campbell's philosophy of follow your bliss. We truly believe in it.
Then we decided to flip the paradigm and say, why not we be useful?
Campbell says, follow your bliss and doors will open where others can see only walls.
I always tell my students, follow your bliss. Follow your bliss? Your bliss, where the deep sense of being in form and going where your body and the soul want to go. When you have that feeling, then stay with it.
So we stayed rooted to our bliss, which is to explore human stories and glean life lessons on happiness.
That is the concept of Bliss Catchers and how it was born. It was hosted at Ashwita Bistro initially, and that's how this whole journey started.
These are stories of ordinary people like you and me who are demonstrating remarkable courage in going and doing what they love doing. When they talk about their bliss, it's magical.
I just love cutting mango chips. So it's like my arm, one arm doing the picking season.
So I asked the students, where do you think this fits in, the spinning wheel? They said Aharya. And then I looked at Gandhi Sangika, Vachika, Aharya, and I said, wow, Devika, this can be a PhD topic.
What I love most about theatre is that somewhere it connects me to my primordial self.
When I saw insects in the field and spiders in the field, the beauty and the brilliance and their adaptation was so mesmerizing.
So many angles to it that it whets all my various appetites while keeping me centered in the big question of why I do it. I do it because it gives me joy.
When they laugh out from their hearts, when they are happy, seeing their friends every week, and they are looking forward to doing a new activity every week, that happiness, it's an infection, I must say.
What is unique about these people is that they are deeply passionate about what they're doing. They are striving for world-class excellence, and they're not necessarily only focused on their economic engine. This is amazing. This is a quality that sets apart a Bliss Catcher from any other.
And for us, it's more about the journey of the Bliss Catcher rather than where they have actually arrived.
We research the stories, then we have an exploratory meeting with the guest, and if they are invited to be on the show, then 1 week prior to the show, we review their journey one more time with them, and on the day of the actual Bliss Catcher conversation, we sync our energies with them ahead of the actual time of 7 p.m. And that's what makes every conversation so special and so spontaneous.
இந்த ஒரு கான்ஷியஸ்னஸோட எப்படி சார் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஒத்து போச்சு உங்களுக்கு?
Okay, let me open it up now.
It started as a fascination and a curiosity.
What about rains excites you?
It just rains throughout and it's so fantastic. The dry face just turns green within a wingspan and it's so beautiful.
What you are is your art. That's what you're saying. Yes, yes.
I was always drawn to any kind of art and craft and color. So I think as a kid I was exposed to, I would go to galleries. My parents would take me around, to galleries.
How was that moment when you fell in love?
That was the first time you were playing the guitar as well.
That was the first time I was playing the guitar, and it also felt like I had found my instrument. So yeah,
This is a beautiful answer. This is a beautiful perspective. This is what being immersed in doing what you love doing.
For these 99 guests that we have curated over the past 5 years, actually we have only one person to thank, and that is T.S. Ashwin of Odyssey. He has given us phenomenal support and taken personal interest in this series.
What is very interesting is many Bliss Catchers keep coming back to watch the Bliss Catchers show. A community has kind of formed around Bliss Catchers themselves. They engage with each other and they collaborate with each other. But most importantly, they also say that they are here to learn from the journeys of other Bliss Catchers. And that's fascinating, that's beautiful.
I used to want to listen to all these people because there was something new in each one of them that I could take back,
I've always wondered how he does it. And every time I go and see another person from another walk of life, it's okay to interview a film personality or a person connected with cinema because it's something everybody knows. A baker or a carpenter or a Carnatic musician. These are vocations he's not very familiar with. But as he's able to communicate with them, talk them out, discuss with them.
It's not only the Bliss Catchers who keep coming back. We have several members in the audience who are regulars.
Now, I first attended a Bliss Catchers program, I think about 4 years ago.
I'm amazed. I've been 60 years, all my life in Chennai. I didn't know all these kind of people existed in Chennai.
I have attended more than 25 Bliss Catchers program of AVIS. I've always found him to be a fantastic anchor. The amount of research that he does on any subject or any speaker whom he is interviewing is fantastic.
Many of them tell Vaani and me that they can't believe that this whole program is non-commercial.
One thing I have always enjoyed is the freedom he gives to the people to express themselves.
You can interview a number of people for a few minutes, that's okay. But what he does is 2 detailed interviews with 2 people and going from one to the other, which is a difficult thing to do.
He always begins at 7 o'clock, 8:29 he ends. So the punctuality is something we appreciate as a professional and otherwise.
Every episode teaches you something, and age has got nothing to do with it. And they're also passionately curious about what they do. They have no regrets about the road not taken.
Even more fulfilling is that many of them have made significant life decisions based on this program. Some of them have left Chennai, they've gone away, but they keep writing back saying that the choices that they have made has inspired them to be happy, has inspired them to go on to do what they love doing.
Bliss Catchers has been a very great inspiration for me to actually follow my heart.
That sort of put up a seed in me saying maybe it's time to find your passion too.
They would tell me the little things what they did in their life, so that I eventually started putting in mine, applying to my life, and right now it's like, to be honest, really happy.
I didn't think that I would get that hooked on to the philosophy that Bliss Catchers stands for. that you can do what you want in life, even if it's off the beaten path, and still be successful at it. And what's more, that you will actually be happy, blissful.
I like to come to Bliss Catcher session to sort of hear AVIS and get those wax on my back.
And I decided to take it up and take the leap of faith. But all this started with that one reluctant session, Bliss Catcher session I came and I attended.
The last 5 years of curating Bliss Catchers has helped us understand that number one, bliss must not be postponed. Number two, that bliss is profitable. When you do what you love doing and you become world class at doing that, money always follows. And three, that bliss is not a hobby. It's not something that you do on the side. It is what you do because it's your entire life and it's a truly immersive experience.